Hello guys, welcome to our predictions video for today. This is for the Grand Slam of Darts. Me and Alex are going to go through and pick who we think are going to qualify from each group, and also whether they come first or second, and have a bit of a chat about it. So, how are you, Alex? You good?
I'm doing okay. How's yourself?
Yeah, I'm very, very good. So, we'll start off with Group A. The predictions for us, it's going to come from Luke Humphries, Nathan Aspinall, Michael Smith, and Alex Spellman. Do you want to start with this one, mate?
Yeah, of course, mate. I should mention I was watching your predictions video earlier, so I am going to go different on some of these. So we're not going for the same predictions. I know we had a comment on a previous video about that, but I'm going to kick things off and go different on this one. I'm going to go Luke Humphries to come through the group. That's a bit of an obvious prediction, but you go back 12 months, he was coming into the Grand Slam as the defending champion, and he went out in the group stages. So that shows you how dangerous this short format, the group stages, first to five legs can be. But I do think he does come through the groups this time round. And I'm going to go with Michael Smith to come through as well. I think the second favourite would be Nathan Aspinall, but Michael, he won through the tour card holder qualifiers last week. It's going to be his first TV tournament since the UK Open 8 months ago. So it's been a long time for him, but I think he's going to make up for some lost time and get a few wins and get himself through the group.
Yeah, I like it. I was very up and down between Nathan Aspinall and Michael Smith. I feel a little bit bad kind of ruling out. That's the downside of these sort of things, is you have to rule people out, and I feel bad ruling out Alex Spellman. But my prediction is going to be the number one is going to be Luke Humphries, and then I just can't. I can see past Nathan Aspinall. I could imagine Michael Smith getting through this. I just have to base it on what's happening at the moment, and yeah. So my second place for Group A is going to be Nathan Aspinall. Group B, I'll start with this one. We've got Chris Dobey, Damon Heta, Martin Lukeman, and Duran van der Velde. For this one, I think I've gone Damon Heta to win the group, and then I've gone Chris Dobey to come second. I think Martin Lukeman's got a chance to to show up. It's such a short format as well. These are so difficult to predict. I think Martin Lukeman's got a chance. I think Duran has a chance as well, but I think he's probably going to be the favourite to come bottom of that group. So I'm going Damon Heta to win it, and then Chris Dobey to come second. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I thought out of all the groups, we're going to come on to some really difficult ones later that you might call the group of death. But I think this one is sneakily quite hard to call as well, because you look at the top two ranked players, Chris Dobey, Damon Heta, didn't qualify for the Grand Slam last year, and you look at their TV form this year, neither of them have had a big run. So I think the opportunity is there for the other two. Martin Lukeman, brilliant run he had last year in the Grand Slam, getting to the final, beating some top players along the way. And Duran van der Velde, he's had to wait a long time for this tournament. He qualified by getting to the final of the World Youth Championship last year, missed those match starts against Jan van Veen. It was such a heartbreaking defeat for him. It meant he lost his tour card, ended up missing out on the World Championship as well. But he is in this tournament. He has qualified after last year, and I think he's got potential to have an upset or two in this. But I'm going to go with the top two to get it right. I'm going to go with, like you, Chris Dobey and Damon Heta to come through and get through to the last 16.
Who do you reckon wins the group out of that? Out of those two?
Oh, you went Damon Heta. I'll go the other way. I'll go Chris Dobey.
Okay, I like it. Group C is going to be Stephen Bunting, Martin Schindler, Luke Woodhouse, and Alexis Toilo. What are your predictions for Group C?
Well, I think for Stephen Bunting, he'll be quite happy that he's not in a group like he was last year, which we were calling the group of death. He was in with Wessel Nyman, Josh Rock and Jan van Veen, but he did come through that group, and I think he comes through this one as well. He's had a brilliant year, winning World Series events, Euro Tours, Players' Championships. The major is the next one on the list, and I think he does come through that group. Second, I'm going to go with Martin Schindler, the second ranked player. The Grand Slam's not been a happy hunting ground for him. He's been in it 5 times before. He's gone out in the group stages on all 5 occasions, but I think he's going to get it right this time. I think he's going to come through with Stephen Bunting and Luke Woodhouse and Alexis Toilo, who is a late replacement for Lawrence Alagan. They're both capable, but I think they're going to be heading home in the group stages.
Yeah, I've gone slightly different on this one. I have also gone Stephen Bunting to win the group, but I have gone Luke Woodhouse to come second. I just think he's playing really well on the floor at the moment. He got to a final the other day, last week at the time of recording, and I just think he's in a good amount of form. I think it's one of those groups where I think Stephen Bunting is probably going to come top no matter what. I think he's rightfully the favourite in that group. I think either one of those three can come second, but I'm going to edge it and give it to Luke Woodhouse. Group D, we have got James Wade, Gerwyn Price, Ricky Evans, and Stefan Belmont. A tough group here for everyone involved, really. James Wade, world number 5. Ricky Evans is still doing Ricky Evans thing. Stefan Belmont just won the Challenge Tour. So all very, very capable players, all very, very capable of winning this group, or at least qualifying. I'm going to go winning this group. I'm going to say Gerwyn Price, and then coming runner up in this group, I'm going to say James Wade. I just think the consistency is there for him. And he starts matches really strongly, or has done for like the past year or so. When it comes to TV matches, he's always sort of started fairly strongly. And first to 5, you need that. So yeah, I'm going to go Gerwyn Price to win, and then James Wade as runner up. What do you think about Group B? D, sorry.
Yeah, I've gone the same 2 players as you to come through. I will flip the order round. I'll go with James Wade to finish top, Gerwyn Price to finish second, and James Wade. We always talk about the longevity, but you look at the Grand Slam, 17 appearances, 16 times he's come through the groups second or first. So it's a brilliant record that he's got in this event in the first hurdle. Been in the final 3 times as well. This is a title that he's not quite got hold of yet. Gerwyn Price, this is where it all started for him, really, when he won that final against Gary Anderson, and he ended up winning the Grand Slam 3 of the next 4 years. Missed it last year. He wasn't in the field last year, so I think he'll be delighted to be back involved. He'll want to make up for missing out last year. So, yeah, I've got the same. I've got Wade and Price coming through, but I think Evans and Belmont, you mentioned what they've done. Belmont topping the Challenge Tour, and he's going to be on the tour next year. Ricky Evans beat some big names in the qualifier last week, beating Rob Cross. They're going to fancy it as well, but I'm going to go with the 2 favourites like you have, Wade and Price, to come through.
Yeah, that is quite a stat. 17 played 16 times out of the group. That is very, very impressive from James Wade. Group E, we'll go with your predictions. The players we have in this one is going to be Luke Littler, Daryl Gurney, Connor Scott, and Karol Sedlacek.
Yeah, I think the first pick is going to be a pretty obvious one, isn't it? Luke Littler, and this could be the tournament where he gets to world number 1. He's not far behind Luke Humphries now, so this could be the one where he does overhaul Luke and get to that number 1 spot. And I think he wins all 3 group games. I think he tops the group like he did last year. And I can see this group being very close for that second spot. I can see all 3 of those other players getting a win, so all finishing on 2 points. And it could come down to, as me and Burton DeWitt like to call it, goal difference on who gets that second spot. I'm going Luke Littler to finish in first, and I'm going to go with one of the qualifiers last week. I'm going to go Karol Sedlacek to get that second spot.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Luke Littler is going to win this group, and he's just playing so well, isn't he? He's just so hard to sort of write off. So I'm agreeing with you on that one. Luke Littler to come first in that group, but I have backed Connor Scott. I'm going Connor Scott to finish second. It seems mad that we both not picked Daryl Gurney, but here we are. Group E, so yeah, I'm going Luke Littler and Connor Scott. Next up, we've got Group F. This is Jan van Veen, Josh Rock, Wessel Nyman, and Lisa Ashton. I feel like Lisa has picked quite a horrible group there with, I guess you could say, up-and-comers. I feel like up-and-comers is a term for players who aren't of this caliber, but they are still 3 very, very young dart players. All extremely good dart players. I am going to go with Van Veen to finish top of the group. I just feel completely wrong as a darts fan or anything to say that Josh Rock doesn't get out of this group, but I don't think he does. I'm going with Wessel Nyman to finish second. He's just had another Pro Tour win last week. He's playing some great stuff. He was the proud owner of that ridiculous record last year. Was it 106 average across 3 games and didn't win a single one? I just feel like that short format does suit Wessel quite well. He's a very explosive dart player. He starts really well for the most point. So yeah, I'm going to go Van Veen wins it and Nyman comes second. What do you think?
Yeah, that was a crazy group last year, wasn't it? And I think Wessel Nyman, he could produce those numbers again in this tournament. And you feel like he will get the results. It's not going to happen again where he averages 106, 105, 111 and ends up finishing bottom of the group. I think if he does produce that again, he is going to get in the top two. So I've gone, same as you, I've gone Wessel Nyman to come through. I've got Gian Van Veen top in the group. I think he's on the crest of a wave at the moment. He just won his first major at the European Championship. He's up to number 7 in the world. Everything is heading in the right direction for him. Josh Rock, yeah, I can see him getting in the top two, but I've gone this far without mentioning it. I don't like to talk about it a lot, but the Premier League is something that we're seeing him talk about. Maybe that's going to be in the back of his mind. This is a big event on Sky Sports. If he has a big run, that could be enough to get him in the Premier League. So maybe that's in the back of his mind. And yeah, just a word on Lisa Ashton. Such a hard group for her, but I think she's going to be bang up for it, trying to cause an upset, because if she can beat one of these 3 players, then that's going to create plenty of headlines for her.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to see her win at least the game. That would be good. That would be great. Group G. This is what everyone's dubbing the Group of Death. This is Michael Van Gerwen, Gary Anderson, Nico Springer, and Bo Greaves. How are you going about this one? This one's a bit of a mad one.
Yeah, I think if you could get a 4-sided coin, just flip that, and that will determine who comes through. But yeah, I honestly, I think you could pick 2 of those 4 players, any of them, and you can make a case for it, because it is such a hard group to call. I have made my picks though. I'm going to go with Gary Anderson to top the group. I know you were impressed with James Wade's record in the group stages of the Grand Slam. Gary Anderson, even better. He's played in it 17 times. All 17 times he's come through the group. So given that record, I've got him top in the group. And I'm going to go with Nico Springer to come in second. I wasn't quite sure who I was going to pick for second. Van Gerwen, Greaves. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if either of them win all 3 of their games, but I'm going to go with Nico Springer. I think he is due a good run on TV, given all the success that he's had this year on the Euro Tour, winning a title, getting to a final. The Euro Tour is what's got into this tournament, so I feel like the 3 games, that's going to give him a bit of time to maybe get used to the stage, and I think he does pick up a couple of wins and gets through the group along with Gary Anderson.
Yeah, it's such a difficult group to pick, this one. I've gone Van Gerwen wins the group just simply because he's Van Gerwen. I said when I made my other video about this, I said Gary Anderson is what my head says and Bo Greaves is what my heart says, and I went for Bo Greaves in that video. I'm going to do the same again. We're going to go Michael Van Gerwen and Bo Greaves. I can't change my mind now. It's on the internet. But there was an interesting tweet that's been going round and resurfacing. That's resurfaced recently, which was someone asked Michael Van Gerwen, will there ever be any women dart players who can compete with the best men dart with the best male dart players? And he just replied no. So we do get to see Michael Van Gerwen versus Bo Greaves. If Bo Greaves does manage to get the better of Michael Van Gerwen, that is going to be shared around Twitter for the next 2-3 weeks, I would imagine. But that is my pick. Anyway, into Group H, we've got Johnny Clayton, Danny Noppert, Lucas Weinig, and Cam Crabtree. For me, as much as I'd love to see Cam do something in this, I've gone for the top 2. I am going to say Danny Noppert wins the group. I think he's in slightly better form than Johnny Clayton, but I think Johnny Clayton is Mr. Consistent as far as everything goes. So Group H, I'm going to go Danny Noppert to win it, and I'm going to go Johnny Clayton to come runner-up. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's a very good shout, Danny Noppert top in the group, because that's something that he's done for each of the last 3 years. He's won all 3 of his group games and he has topped the group. So the Grand Slam group stage is something that he has got really comfortable with. He knows the job. He knows that you win all 3 games, you top the group. You've got on paper, you're supposed to get an easier draw in the last 16. So yeah, I can see him top in the group. Johnny Clayton, another big name player that missed the Grand Slam last year. He's back in it this year. He's had a very good year on the TV, getting to the final of the World Masters. He's had some semi-finals as well. The other 2, kind of unknown packages when it comes to these major events. Lucas Koenig, I don't know if he's played on the main stage in the UK Open, but aside from that, I don't think he's played on the TV before, but he'd done very well to come through the qualifiers last week. And Cam Crabtree, someone that we had in the Darts Corner studio last week, he was very much looking forward to this big stage debut for him after what he's done on the development tour this year, winning those 5 titles to top the rankings and have that tour card this year as well. He's had some good results. So it's a big opportunity for him to make a name for himself in front of the cameras. But just based on the experience of the top 2 players that are ranked, I'm going to go with, like you, Danny Noppert and Johnny Clayton to come through.
Well, there you go, guys. They are our predictions. Let us know what you think in the comments, and give us your predictions as well. It'd be great to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching today's video. We really appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next one. And also hit the subscribe button. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Alex.
Cheers. Take it easy.
Cheers, everyone.